Hey, one today's video is going to be Luke 6:35 through 36. But love your enemies, do good to them, and lend to them without expecting to get anything back. Then your reward would be great, and you would be children of the Most High, because He is kind to the ungrateful and wicked. Be merciful, just as your Father is merciful. So, being merciful and being kind is another thing we have to do to be Christ-like. It's not a option where we choose whether or not we get to be nice or get to be rude. It is a commandment He gives us to be like Him, because He was kind and He was compassionate and He was merciful to the people who crucified Him, and He did not have to be. And every day in our lives, we have two choices: whether we hate someone or we choose to love someone. We choose to be merciful or we choose to be rageful towards them. We choose to forgive or we choose to hate them, to hold a grudge. And a lot of times as humans, we choose the wrong thing because it's easier to do. God never said it's going to be easier choosing the right thing to do. In fact, it's harder most of the time to choose the right thing to do, because we're so used to choosing the harder thing. I mean, not the harder thing. We're so used to choosing the wrong thing that has become so easy in our mind, in our daily lives, that when you start choosing the good thing to do, it's going to be harder for you to do. It's not going to be a snap of a finger. You can do it every single time. But once you build that up and once you're able to start doing it more and more, you realize it comes naturally to you. It just does. And that's because the closer we get to Jesus, the more Christ-like we become. People say it's impossible not to do this, it's possible not to sin, or it's possible not to hold a grudge at some point, or do whatever. But God says nothing is impossible with Him. Do I believe? Yes. Maybe it's impossible to never sin after you accept Jesus. Yes, I feel like everybody's going to sin. But do I feel like that you should actually try your hardest not to sin? Yes. Do I think some people go weeks and months without sinning? I believe some people do. I just do. And when He says to give without expecting, that's such a beautiful thing, because when we give as humans, we expect something in return. We expect, hey, you owe me for me giving you that. Or I let you borrow my car. That one time I let you borrow this. I let you play my game. I let you do whatever. And us as humans, like, now you owe me. Or a lot of times when somebody owes us money, we often keep charging them more and more the longer they owe us. And I've seen lots of friendships, lots of relationships, and lots of just families and just people ruined because of the expectation of something in return. Just because somebody helps you, or just because you help somebody, does not mean they owe you a single thing in return. Is the truth. I know it's hard to understand because we're so used to people thinking people owe us. And when you always expect and think somebody owes you something when they help you, you lose a lot of friendships and relationships. You also build up this pridefulness and, I want to say, greed in your heart, because then therefore you think everybody owes you. And some people are like that. Some people just think everybody owes them. Truth of the matter is, nobody owes you anything, really. Yes, it's good gesture and it's polite when somebody helps you, you help them back. That is very true. It's respectful and it's kind. But you can't expect everybody on this planet, when you help somebody, for them to give something back, to pay that favor back, because this is not going to happen all the time. And Jesus tells us that we shouldn't worry about it, that we should be grateful, that we should just help everybody regardless, whether they're wicked, they're grateful, whether they're merciful or not, whether they're evil, or whether they're a atheist, whether they're a Christian, whether they're a Muslim. It doesn't matter what the thing is, we are called to help them. And regardless of whether or not they help, regardless of whether or not they do something back or they repay the favor or they are grateful for it. God says that your reward is with Him, and that's such a beautiful thing to remember, because when you do stuff, don't do it for you. Like, when you do stuff for somebody, when you go help somebody, whether it be a family member, friend, or just a total stranger, don't do it for them. You do it. Don't do it for them. Don't do it for God. No, sorry. Don't do it for you. Don't do it for them. You do it for God. Because when you do it for you, then that's when pride and greed start to sink in. And when you do it for others, a lot of times that's another way for pride to sink in and for tension to sink in, because then you're like, oh, people see me do this for them, so then for it's going to affect me in a good way. But when you do for God, you have that overwhelming peace. Like, I may not get anything on this earth in return, but I know when I get to heaven that God is going to reward me for my works here on earth. Because good work without faith it's worthless. Like, you can't go out there and do good work if you don't have faith. Without the faith, it's useless. Like, I could go out there and give somebody $1 million, but if I don't do it for God, what does that really do? You know what I mean? I mean, none of us can go out there and help somebody who's homeless and help them off the street. But if we do it for ourselves and be prideful, what was the accomplishment of that? Just to help ourselves, make ourselves look good? But when you do for God, it gives you that overwhelming peace and overwhelming joy that you actually were able to help somebody because of God. And God sees that. God sees you behind closed doors too. Just don't go out there when it's just open. Don't go out there when everybody's just looking at you. What do you do behind the screens? What do you do behind the doors? You know what I mean? He sees that too, and that's something you got to be very careful of how you're living. You're living as lukewarm, or you're living as an actual follower. So as you go out there the rest of your month, or I guess it's the end of the month, next month, I want you guys to try something. I want you to give without expecting something in return. Whether it be money, whether it be your time for somebody, because time is just as important as money. Actually, time is more important than money when you give to somebody. Whether it be you just help them fix something, helping them move something, whatever it is, I encourage every one of you guys to just give yourself the time to go help somebody. And don't do it for you, do it for God. Do it for Jesus. And be merciful on everyone, regardless who they are, what they've done to you. Have that forgiveness and mercy in your heart, just as God and Jesus had it for you. And I love you guys. I pray you guys have an amazing day and night. Peace out.